Om. गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are all here coming to satsang, studying scriptures, meeting Mahatmas, going for pilgrimages, doing meditation, for one purpose, I hope, and that is moksha. Moksha means freedom, liberation. Technically, moha means moha kshaya. Kshaya, reduction, removal of what? Moha, of delusion, of hypnosis. And for that, merely vairagya is not enough. For certain reasons, certain events in our life, sometimes through studies, sometimes a little bit assessment of life, shows us the ephemerality of the world. And we become disinterested in the world. And many times we must have gone through that on this journey. It happens. To take this disinterestedness, this disconnection, this vairagya, which leads to a disposition where I am not engaging in the world is not interesting me, the world is not it's not interesting me. And thus I am disengaged from the world, is not equal to realization. Then what is required to be done, and what happens to such a person? Sometimes such a person who doesn't want to who wants to disengage from the world, he stops acting in the world, he stops talking to the people, he stops doing the work that is required, and eventually it leads to depression. So even though moksha, freedom, is your natural state, right now you are not recognizing it, but in that journey to liberation, mere disengagement is not enough. You cannot stop the world from happening. World will continue to happen. As long as the world is happening, we have to function in this world. We can stop eating, we can stop drinking, we can stop engaging, we can stop talking to people, etc., etc. But that is not equal to moksha. But these things happen. So two things must happen. It is a good sign that we are withdrawing from the world. It's a very healthy sign. But that withdrawal, which is not without self-knowledge, and that withdrawal which is against activity, such withdrawal should not be entertained. What do you mean by not against activity? Just like a bird flies with two wings. Similarly, we need to do action in our life on one hand, and that is the one wing, and the other wing is the knowledge. What is these two? Activity. First I was doing activity, getting engaged and getting lost in the objects, in the beings, in the attachments, in the desires, etc., etc., etc. Now I have got vairagya, I don't want to get involved, but it doesn't work that way. The solution, that is not the solution. Then what is to be done? One must continue to act in life. It should be an active withdrawal. Active withdrawal doesn't mean stop engagement. No, you be active in life. Internally be withdrawn. When does this happen? This is the first 5 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. Karma sannyas. Karma is going on, but you are sannyasi within. The reason merely withdrawal from the world does not lead to realization is because the antahakaran. Antahakaran means the inner equipment. Inner equipment is mana, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. These 4 have not been resolved, have not been dissolved. And that cannot happen until just by thinking. It can happen, but it requires humongous energy. But to get energy, you need to be active. Just by sitting in one place, meditating in one place, and getting withdrawn from everything, sitting in meditation, and then oh, it is so beautiful, I think I came to know myself, and when the eyes open, again the world is there. What do you do then? Then where's moksha? And you can keep doing this dhyan for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, but the final absorption, the final realization has not come about, and it will never come about if you keep doing dhyan without proper understanding. So on one hand, we do the karma, we do the activity in our life, that is the one wing, and that activity leads to purification. Remember, karma is not done for achieving anything in this world. Karma, when done, when nishkama karma is done, when action is done without any desire to achieve anything, but then why are you doing it? Now 7 o'clock has come, I have to speak. I was nicely sitting in meditation, but I have to speak. What has to be done has to be done. So continuously life is presenting circumstances in front of us for which something has to be, we have to get engaged. Get engaged. See, without expecting a result, etc., etc. Then antakaran shuddhi comes. The thoughts that we have in our mind are of these types. The mind, the intellect, the memories, and the one who owns all these three, that is the ahankar. All these have to be dissolved. All these have to be purified. And the purification happens only by, purification does not mean that they chitta vritti nirodha. Purification doesn't mean chitta vritti nirodha. Then what does it mean? The purification, when we act in the correct manner in life and it brings about purification, purification means now whatever this mana buddhi chitta ahankar, mind, intellect, memory and ego, we are not under the influence of these thoughts. That is what is meant by purification. You cannot be under the influence of these thoughts by drugs, by alcohol, by sleep, but no, here consciously we are not under the influence of these thoughts. And this is one side, through karma yoga, through activity. And on the other side, we come across a teacher and we gain the knowledge, and we do the discrimination between the constant principle and the changing. And in this way, on one hand the purification is going on, and the other side the discrimination is going on, and automatically all this leads to a natural abidance in the self, as the self, without withdrawing from the world. Without withdrawing from the world. So this idea that I have to withdraw from the world, that I have to have vairagya, it can be kshanik vairagya. I'm most focusing on vairagya here today. It's kshanik vairagya. If someone dies very near and dear, we come to realize, oh, this is going to happen to me also, what is the point of living, etc., etc. But it's temporary. Next day, wait, what is where's the tea? Where's my pakoda? That is not the vairagya that we are looking for. We are looking for a vairagya where naturally the things and beings, the emotions, the thoughts, the concepts, the ideas, they do not influence us anymore, other than the point of focus of ours, which is the Atma, which is the conscious principle, which is the true me. And then in such a purified mind, when one contemplates on that constant principle, very quickly it reveals. The reason it is not revealing is only because mind, intellect, memory, and ego are strong, have not been dealt with. The right condition has not come about. Unless and until a right condition has not come about, a seed will not sprout into root and shoot. Exactly the same way. Self-realization is always, that is your natural state. But the right condition, and what is the right condition? What is that which is hijacking you from your own essential nature? What is that? That is your mind, intellect, memory, and ego. It is this whole this mind, intellect, memory, and ego, we'll just call it mind. This mind alone is, you cannot stop the mind. It is continuously sprouting something. Continuously sprouting something. So can we stop the world? No. Then where is the world? It is a projection. It is out of the mind, the whole world has been thrown out, projected out. Call it the dream, call it the waking. Instantaneously, in the dream, the moment you close your eyes and the dream begins, slowly, it's not in a linear fashion that now this consciousness comes, then the reflected consciousness comes, then the sattva rajas come about, then the space comes about, then slowly the air comes. No. Patak! The whole creation with all its variety appears. But from where did it appear? From your mind in the dream. And where does it disappear? It goes back from where it came. But in the waking also is the same way. Waking is also the same way. It's a projection of your mind. It has just spat out. See? But we are not looking at the whole thing in a wholesome way. Dream we understand. It comes and goes. We don't give it too much importance. Then if this waking is also a dream, why are you giving it so much importance? So antakaran has to be purified. This equipment and a purification of antakaran only happens with great effort. You have to work towards it. You have created the projection. You have to, and you have got caught up in the projection, and you have to undo the projection by not getting influenced by the projection. And that is only possible through lot of efforts. Efforts means action, activity. Activity not for yourself, not for fulfillment of desires, not for achieving something in the world. Activity per se, dedicated to the self. Just like a wave appears on the ocean, stays in the ocean, disappears in the ocean, similarly the whole creation, call it waking, dream, it appears in the mind, it stays in the mind, it goes back to the mind. And what is mind? Nothing but pure consciousness. What is the ocean? Nothing but the waters. This knowledge has to become steady. that I am the one who's pervading every aspect of the creation, like that water which is pervading every wave, every ocean. So I am that principle. Who is this principle? When we look at here, when we are listening, we get uh, interested in the words, the concepts, the ideas, the examples. But our attention should be on the conscious principle. That conscious principle, which is the one who knows that the waking, dream, and deep sleep came and went. Who is this observer? That I am. Who is the observer who knows all the thoughts are coming and going? That one I am. Who is the one and who is this fellow? He is independent of waking, dream, and deep sleep. He is independent of all the thoughts, emotions, concepts, ideas, past, future, memories, because he knows. He is the observer, he is the witness. Continuous application of this knowledge that I am that observer, not I am the seer, I am the hearer. Hearing is going on, listening is going on right now, understanding is also going on. But who is the constant one at the back? This I see, I hear, I understand. The I is changing with each of these thoughts. But who knows that all this process of coming and going and staying? That one I am. In this way, bring yourself to a disposition continuous application within. Activity doesn't happen only at the body level and the worldly level. Activity happens at the mind level also, thought level also. Continuously bringing your attention to the constant observer in spite of the thoughts. Let the thoughts come and go. Don't try to stop the thoughts. Be the observer of the thoughts. Be the witness of the thoughts. Rest will happen.